yeah, oh yeah.
And I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
Yeah. Let the truth be told. You want the truth, you came to the right show. Yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and EMJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date, and you know it's nothing but love and no hate. LP Reese gave us the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
Form the front line that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his daughter. I march next to him. Mrs. King march next to me. Dr. King march next to her. On the way to the Capitol, you hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform, looked out over that sea of humanity, and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. After having gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices, not all seemed and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory.
Let the truth be told. You want the truth, you came to the right show. Yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and EMJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date, and you know it's nothing but love and no hate. LP Reese gave us the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
Form the front line that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his daughter. I march next to him. Mrs. King march next to me. Dr. King march next to her. On the way to the Capitol, you hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform, looked out over that sea of humanity, and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. After having gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices, not all seemed good.
Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. We are so glad to be here. Thursday, once again, 7:30 p.m. We thank everybody for joining us. Thank everybody for the support, the continued support. We got a great show today. If you don't know, if you're sleeping on a rock, this Sunday is Mother's Day. Now, we know a great writer, myself, once said that women is God's greatest creation. And we have the great privilege to be able to have had and have a lot of women that impacted our lives in so a great positive way. So we appreciate y'all joining us. If you don't have the book, you know, I got to get all of this out the way. If you don't have the book, Selma's Self-Sacrifice, it is on Amazon currently. We are going to be making some changes, but it's still on Amazon currently. It's called Selma's Self-Sacrifice. That is the autobiography of the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. If you don't know who the Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese is, then you haven't been tuning in to the Lineage Podcast. But just in case you haven't been. The Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese is, for lack of better words, I say it with my chest, the chief orchestrator of the voting rights movement. He was the man that's officially signed the invitation to invite Dr. Martin Luther King to Selma, Alabama, to assist with the local voting rights movement efforts in Selma, Alabama. We can go through the long list of who he was, the accomplishments and everything, but we won't do that for a time this time. But Google the Reverend Dr. F.D. Reese and get his book. We're working on a lot of things. We're bringing a lot of things back. The clothing line. We want to work on the documentary. We got a lot of things coming up, and we also have the Frederick D. Reese Foundation. And since we are part of the Frederick D. Reese Foundation, we have the permission to promote the Frederick D. Reese Foundation on the Lineage Podcast from our board. So if you haven't got a message from me or anyone in the board of directors today talking about giving you $1 a month, you can do that www.fdreesefoundation.org. So yes, now that we got it out of the way, we have a great show today. It's about the mothers. And especially for us, we have had a lot of women impact our lives, and we're going to highlight our grandmothers, our mother-in-laws, and our aunties. We have a lot of aunties, man, and we're going to highlight them today and kind of tell them a brief story of how each one of them meant so much to us. So if you haven't got your Mother's Day gifts, if you haven't got your Mother's Day cards, today is Thursday. You got 72 hours to get it together. But once again, we are back, the Lineage Podcast. Now, we are back. So who else did we bring back? First Nurse Kimberly Reese. First Nurse Kimberly Reese is a part of us. That's my brother Alan's wife. She is a nurse practitioner. Can I say that on the airwaves, bro? Can I say that?
Most definitely.
Okay. She is a nurse practitioner and she knows her stuff. Trust me. Trust on this. Kimberly knows her stuff, and we're delighted to have her as part of the team. So she has a segment today that she sent via video. So we're going to look at her segment, get some knowledge about our health and our mental health, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the show, get into the topic. Once again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. So First Nurse Kimberly Reese right here.
Hello, this is Kimberly, the nurse practitioner by way of the Great Physician. Today is Thankful Thursday, May the 1st, and it is National Mental Health Awareness Month. The VA Palo Alto Healthcare System is a healthcare system that is known to provide the world's finest medical care to veterans. And on their website, they have provided 4 helpful tips to improve your mental health. These 4 tips derive from All of Us research program. Tip number 1, exercise. Just walking 30 minutes a day can help boost your mood and improve your health. Tip number 2, eating healthy. A balanced diet and drinking plenty of water can improve your energy and focus throughout your day. Tip number 3, connecting to others. Staying connected to friends and family gains you emotional support and practical help when you need it the most. And tip number 4, getting enough sleep. Prioritizing sleep and sticking to a schedule will help you stay rested, energized, and ready to take on your day. Remember, these 4 tips provided were by a reel from the VA Palo Alto Healthcare System's social media's website. The daily renewal of your mind is essential. Guard your ears and your eyes. Your ears and your eyes are gateways for your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're listening to, such as the music and the words that are spoken to you. Also, pay attention to what you're watching on social media and TV. These can affect your thoughts. Romans 12 verse 2. And do not be conformed by this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may prove what is good, well-pleasing, and perfect will of God. There are a few ways to renew your mind. You can do this by listening to praise and worship music, reading the Word of God, and also having good, soulful conversations with loving friends and family. Last but not least, remember, keep your mind stayed on our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He will keep you in perfect peace, and He will keep you in rest and having a stable mind. Remember James 1 verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And this is your weekly tip and vitamin tip information. Stay blessed.
Did you know that a lot of the negative thoughts that are inside your mind are actually coming from the devil or unclean spirit? That's why Matthew 6:31 says, take no thought saying. So if you have a negative thought, don't let it come out of your mouth. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says, cast down every thought and imagination that is against the truth or against goodness. Why? Somebody else put the thought there. You got to get rid of it. And Luke chapter 4, I encourage you to read that today. It's the story of Jesus praying for 40 days, and Satan was attacking Jesus' mind for 40 days. Satan's access to you is through your mind. He gets you to use your own power on yourself by you opening up your mouth. Reject those thoughts and learn to keep your mind clean in Jesus.
We appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese sending us that lovely video and knowledge and how she articulated herself and broke down everything and correlated. A lot of the times, man, we don't take our mental serious. We all talk about physical health, but we understand where the mind go, the body follows. So we appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese giving us that knowledge about how to stay sharp and keep your mental health, because it is National Mental Health Awareness Month. So we appreciate First Nurse Kimberly Reese for that. She always bringing the heat, bringing the nice things with that. So we appreciate that. Glad to have her back. Let's say that. We got everything together. And let's get into the show. It is Mother's Day week. Well, I want to say weekend. It ain't the weekend coming up, but it's Mother's Day. And we want to highlight the women in our lives that have made an impact in our lives in kind of a cool way, a little comical way. Now, I'll say this. I know some of my family is on here watching. Please call in if you have anything to say about one of these women, any story, any shout out, anything you want to say. 404-333-5900. 404-333-5900. You can call in. We can talk about mothers, or you can even just call in and say how women have impacted your life, man. Whether it be good or bad, we'll talk about it. Here on the Lineage Podcast is nothing above reproach. Let's get into it. So first, we want to start with our grandmothers. I'll say this. Y'all know our last name is Reese, and a lot of the times we hear about our granddaddy and our last name, but there's another side of us called the Dower side, and if I may, I can say this: the strength of women on that side, incomparable, man. I'll say my grandma had 14 children. Let's just throw that out there. And if I'm not mistaken, 9 of them were girls, 5 were boys, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll say this: out of all the children they had, majority of us were boys. So these women really made a good impact. So let's start with Grandma Dower. Now, bro, we can both share just a little bit of each person. So I'll go, then you can go a little bit of each person. So this Grandma Dower, y'all see the hat on, so y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what she was about. She was about we at church. Y'all know what Grandma Dower was about. Now legend has it, Grandma. Now we are the youngest. We were not the youngest, but our mom is the baby. So we kind of came kind of later. We weren't privileged enough. I'll speak for me to experience all of the singing, because y'all know we're a musical family on both sides. All of the singing from this lady, but legend has it now, and correct me if I'm wrong, that Grandma Dower used to sing every part. Now they used to have 2 or 3 groups with my aunties and uncles, and they say Grandma Dower would get back there and make them sing, and she'll sing whatever part was missing. But I'll say that, and one more thing, the lady knew how to cook. Now I know everybody talking about these patty pies, but let's get some together now. Grandmama sweet potato pies.
Second to none.
Not second to none now.
Can't taste one like it.
Listen, man, grandmama's sweet potato pies. You really didn't want to eat no food if you tasted the pie.
From scratch.
Yeah, from scratch.
You could taste before you put it in the oven.
Yes, sir.
You could taste it.
Taste the mix.
Cooking up in there, LJ.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Grandma Dow, man, was, and I'll say this, she had church anniversaries every year, man. When I say these people used to come from near and far to celebrate her and her singing anniversary. And so that's when I say I didn't have the privilege to hear her sing a lot. When I did hear her, I understood why. But I got to see the evidence of her work that she put in with all those people coming from near and far. You go ahead, bro.
Oh man, you said it all, man.
Okay.
Grandma Dow, man, such a great, loving grandmother.
Yeah.
Her house was filled with love.
Mm-hmm.
You will always have a place to lay your head as long as Minnie Dow was living.
That's right.
She never turned you away.
Nope.
I never really heard Grandma say no on anything, MJ.
Never, man.
Grandma didn't play.
Yeah.
No, she didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
But she had a special love for her grandkids, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we used to play hide and go seek in the house.
Yeah.
You know, it was a fun house. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, being in Selma during the summertime at Grandma Dow house was just a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Going across the street playing kickball, you know, Miss Maybell, Miss Dukes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was just that corner down there in Smoker City was just loving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
all day. And now let's go to Grandma Maurice. Now y'all see what she got on too now.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all know what time it is now. No, Grandma Maurice also same thing, man. Very loving lady. Always nice, sweet lady. Always gonna have something nice to say. And Grandma is still living now. Grandma Maurice is still living. Grandma is 94.
And she's watching the podcast. Right?
And she's watching the podcast.
Hey, Grandma.
How you doing, Grandma? Grandma always has something nice to say. Now let me say something about Grandma. Now everybody say, "Oh, Miss Reese is so sweet," and this, that, and the third. Now let me let you know, Grandma didn't play. Now you had to read your Sunday school book.
Oh yeah, better be done.
Get your lesson too. And when we came up, when we used to go down there every summer. We go from Grandma Dow house to Grandma Reese house. We sweeping that walk.
Oh boy.
If you live in Selma, you know what that walk is. If you
yes, sir.
You're traveling on Marie Foster.
That's Marie Foster, yeah.
Traveling on Marie Foster, that whole sidewalk that bend the curve in front of their house, we had to sweep that walk.
Yeah.
And
how hot it is.
Yeah, it don't matter how hot it is. That walk getting swept.
Think about it. Grandma, they didn't think about getting a blower.
Nah.
We had that big old push broom.
That push broom. That when you squeeze, you get cramps in your hand.
Get cramps in, and then you better not miss spots. Grandma coming to check.
Yeah, she gonna check.
Dark spots on the concrete.
You
got to go back and sweep it some more.
That's right.
She wanted that sidewalk spiffy clean.
Spiffy.
And it stayed spiffy clean. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's a good idea. Next time we go to Selma, I'm gonna take AJ. I'm gonna make him sweep that walk.
Make him sweep that walk. You got to get some of this. You got to get some. Yeah, but Grandma Reese, man, we were blessed to have two great grandmothers, man, that was always spitting wisdom and showing us how a true lady is supposed to carry themselves, man.
And I'm gonna say this, MJ. One of the things that the sayings that Grandma Reese used to tell us when she would come to Atlanta and help us with the kitchen and would be in Selma, and I teach my kids this: everything you do with all your might. Things done by hand are never
done right. That's right, man.
Everything you do with all your might. Things done by hand are never done right. 100%. Life, man. That's something that needs to go through your mind every day when you doing it. I don't care how small or big it is. Do it with all your might.
Yes.
Do not do it half done.
Correct.
Because it's not, if you do it halfway, it's not done right.
Correct.
And then what happens is, as you continue to say that and you do it, you begin to, when you do something, when you halfway do something, you tend to go back. So you know what? You get convicted. You reevaluate yourself and say, you know what? I know I didn't do that all the way right. Let me go back and fix
Let me go
it.
back. Let me go back.
That right there, man. I must say,
Yeah.
I think about that daily. That grandma used to always repetitiously say that to us, man. I hold on to that one.
Facts. That's facts, man. Facts. Now we're gonna shift to the aunties. Now this is Auntie Valerie R. Harris. Now we're gonna call her the addresser.
Yeah, the addresser.
If y'all know Auntie Valerie, one of the most talented women ever. Look her up on YouTube. Just listen to this lady play the piano and the keyboard and know her parts and direct and all of that. Just
no sound, period.
Yeah, the sound, bro. It's crazy. She got perfect pitch, you know. Like I said, we got it on both sides, man. It is what it is. But one thing I will say about Auntie Valerie, not only is she the addresser, but she will address it in a tactful way.
Oh yeah.
Some people, you know, who address things, they always don't know how to do it the right way. But Auntie Valerie, I will say about her, when she do address it, and nothing is above addressing now. Don't get it twisted.
And no one.
No one. You want to get addressed now. You can get addressed. But she does it in a tactful way. Now legend has it. Now, Daddy can call anyone. I don't know if she's always been tactful with her addressing, but I can say as long as I've been living, when I have seen her address things, she have in tactful way, and it can be evident because she's at Miles College and she's over many of students, and they all give her praise and they all say the same thing. She don't play and is gonna get addressed. And I know this is Alan's auntie / mama. So I know how he is about Auntie Valerie.
I love her, man. She loves me too. But I get addressed too, MJ.
There you go.
I probably get it the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to talk to you.
Yeah. You get it the most.
But that's all right. It's always in love, man. So
yeah,
you know, I've always, even the way I've approached music, and especially the piano, when I play, I've tried to emulate her, MJ.
Yeah.
Over the years, I've sat there and listened and listened and listened. I'm talking about headphones on my ears through the night when I sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's not only the sound, but it's the approach to worship.
Yeah.
To know how to set the foundation for worship in any circumstance or situation.
Yeah. Any setting.
Go down to the country's church, all the way up to, I don't care what church we go to. She's taught me how to usher in worship, MJ. Because worship is just not through song, it's through we're supposed to worship through our life too. Our life should be evidence of worship. But through song, I've tried and I've been on her heel and I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's one of the best at it, man. She's second to none.
Second to none, dog. Second to none.
Second to none.
Let's go to Auntie Krista.
Auntie Krista.
Now, this auntie is the show up auntie. Now, Auntie Krista gonna be there now. Let it be understood. Now, you got a birthday party.
Yeah.
You got anything going on now? Auntie Krista, give her the time and the date.
Yeah.
Auntie Krista gonna be there.
And she don't forget birthday.
Yeah, she gonna. Don't even worry about it. You gonna get that call or that text. You gonna get it. Look, she don't even forget me and Charlene anniversary.
Yeah, she don't even forget.
She gonna
remind you before it's there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. Now, also on another note, Auntie Chris is also a great pianist. Now,
that's right.
Now listen, don't slip on Auntie Krista now.
That's right. That's right.
And she gonna bring a poem book with her.
That's right. She always got one on deck.
Yeah, she got one. She got a poem in the chamber now. Yeah, she got a poem in the chamber. No matter what situation or what gathering is having, you need a poem. She got it. And Auntie Krista is very nice, soft spoken, and And let it not be known now. A lot of people don't know Auntie Krista got a couple of comedic bones in it. She pulls some comedy out the hat when she need to. So don't slip on Auntie Krista.
And, Auntie Krista, there's two. Auntie Krista is great at following up on thanking you when you do something for her.
That's right.
She's gonna write you a letter. She's gonna call you.
Mm-hmm.
She's not gonna just let it go.
No.
When you do something for her, she's gonna hit you up the next day and say, "Look, I really appreciate
that's true
you doing this for me, and I just want to say thank you."
That's true.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't do that. You know
that's
what I'm saying,
fact, bro?
But Auntie Krista's great at it. She's great at it.
Yeah. Auntie Krista, thank you follow-up game is on point.
Second to none.
Yeah, second to none.
She can teach a class on them, Jay.
Yeah, she really can. She really can. So shout out to Auntie Krista. Okay, we're gonna keep it going, but we're gonna pay a couple of bills. We'll do a little commercial. And y'all don't go nowhere. Once again, call in if you wanna give a some type of, and we got to do it like they do in the church, 2-minute testimony on your mother, your auntie, your cousin, your sister. It don't matter. So call in 404-333-5900. If you got a testimony, anything you want to talk about your mother or a woman that's impacted your life, then please call in. But when we come back, we're gonna get into the dial side of our auntie. So don't go nowhere.
I persuaded teachers for the first time to engage in a teachers march. And so we agreed that we were going to march.
Nice.
We'll stand strong. Where we belong. It's not about yourself.
First of all, serving notice on our nation. It's Dr. Frederick Douglass Reese.
We march. We march. We march. Like to march.
He said, what shall we do? I said, we are going back. He said, Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back to the Lineage Podcast. Oh, I still got Auntie Chris out there. Welcome back to the Lineage Podcast. Thank you all for joining us. This is our Mother's Day show. We're going down the line about the women that has really impacted our life in a positive way. And we got plenty of them, y'all. So we have been blessed tremendously. Before we go any further, now, if you have any businesses, if you want us to promote your business, please send me a flyer, anything you want me to say. But now, this is personal here. Now, Nettie's Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It's our brother here. You can call Big Jeff for pricing 404-944-7735. Now, I'm just not going to promote this because he sent me this now. I have personally tasted.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see this? I'm going to read the slogan. Now, I don't want no questions about this slogan. It say, don't need no teeth to eat his beef. You do with that what you will. Mm-hmm. But I will say, I'm not a rib guy. Mm-hmm. I'm really not. Everybody know this. But Big Jeff ribs is on point.
On point.
Trust and believe. Trust on this. You will not be disappointed. Nettie's Barbecue. Call Jeff. If you forget the information, if you can't write it down now, hit us up and I'll get you the information. His prices are very good. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, me and my wife just got a slab from him, and she cooked the size, and them ribs was gone.
Yes,
in 2 days. So trust on this. Nettie's Barbecue on point. Don't need no teeth to eat his beef. Do with that what you will.
I must
Shout
say,
out to Jeff, man.
yeah, we got to shout out to Jeff. Go on, put it back up there.
Yeah.
Now Jeff is the for the year the grill master.
Oh, the rib off.
The rib off.
Yeah.
Talk about the rib off.
Yeah.
And now I got it. My cousin Demetrius. You know, I hate to go against my cousin. You know,
Yeah.
that's my dog. He could be wrong. I won't say he right. I mean, and my cousin cooked some good rib steak. I'm talking about Demetrius, great barbecue.
Second to none.
But Jeff stood flat-footed and won that grill off.
He won last year.
And let me tell y'all know from Selma, Alabama. Listen, we know some country eat.
Yeah.
I promise you, them ribs Jeff gonna cook.
Yeah.
Listen, you ain't got to have no side, MJ.
Yeah.
You ain't got to have them.
No sauce.
None of that.
None of that.
Ready. When he bring it in, it's gonna be hot, and you're gonna be ready to eat. I
On
promise.
point.
So I know graduation's coming up. A lot of people, you know, I know prom season gone, but a lot of people gonna be getting together.
Yes, sir.
Y'all gonna be celebrating. Look, hit my bro Jeff up.
Yeah.
They had them slab of ribs. In that garage or whatever you're gonna have the party, you got to have Jeff ribs right there because you ain't got no food if his ribs ain't there.
Yeah.
I promise you. And you never gonna have enough because they're gonna be gone. Watch, I tell
Yeah,
you.
they're gonna be gone.
Okay,
Ribs gone.
You're not gonna have enough because they're gonna come back and they're gonna eat them all.
Yeah. And don't sleep. Amanda doing them sides too.
Yeah.
His wife, our sister, she doing the sides. So they got it all, man. Yeah. Holler at him. If you ain't got the number, man, let me put it up one more time. Number 404-944-7735. Call them, put your order in now. Put your order in now, man, because it ain't gonna last long.
I promise you. Straight up. Back to the show. Mother's Day. We went over. We pay homage to our grandmothers, and we pay homage to our two aunties on our father's side. Now to the aunties on our mother's side, and we're gonna start. We got them in line. We're gonna start with Aunt Leslie. Aunt Leslie, God bless her soul, resting. Aunt Leslie is the fiery auntie. She the firecracker now. Now Aunt Leslie, I say legend has it. Now Aunt Leslie, listen, I can tell you plenty of stories. Boy. How I have been with Aunt Leslie, and we have went into an establishment, and if the folks didn't treat her right, ooh, boy, she finna tear it up. MJ, she finna let them have it from A to Z, and she don't care about it. She's not gonna apologize. Aunt Leslie, and then let me, one thing about Aunt Leslie, now she cared about the kids. Now, she gonna get a kid, even if she give you a stick of bubble gum. Yeah. If it's your birthday, you're gonna get that. If it's Christmas, you're gonna get a toy. We don't care if it's from the Dollar Tree. Unless it's gonna get you some. Leslie, she went to New York, and if you heard her talk, you say, yeah, she went to New York, and yeah. But Aunt Leslie, one of a kind, man. Anybody that came, if you know Aunt Leslie, one of a kind lady, man. Aunt Leslie, Kim was pregnant with Faith, and Aunt Leslie went to the doctor with Kim. Kim didn't know about, she knew Aunt Leslie was a firecracker, but she hadn't seen it down. Okay. So Aunt Leslie had to go to the doctor's appointment when she was pregnant with Faith, and man. Kim went to the doctor, and they had Kim waiting alone. Now, my Aunt Leslie was a what now? She was a nurse. Okay. And they had Kim waiting for the checkup for a long time. And Aunt Leslie went. She went to Aunt Leslie phone. She went Aunt Leslie. Fussing. Kim said the next thing she knew, nurse was coming to everywhere. Come on, they would call her name. Time to come. Unless when that showed out in that doctor's office, boy, she started fussing and cussing everybody out like my niece and all this time, this and that. That's Aunt Leslie. Kim was like, oh my God, I ain't know Aunt Leslie get down like that, boy. Aunt Leslie gonna be Aunt Leslie wherever Aunt Leslie is, man. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. And mind you, you're gonna hear a couple of
21 and up words.
Oh yeah.
Make no mistake about it.
Shoot.
Make no mistake about it now. And unless I'll say this, I don't know which says on the airways, but whatever. We was fighting one time. People were trying to jump our cousin, and we got to fight. We ran out of mama house, and for lack of better words, he got it. The man got it. I know I look at my peripheral, and I see Aunt Leslie swinging too. Now, mind you, you see, she's the first auntie on my mama's side that we're highlighting. So that means she's the oldest auntie.
Mm-hmm.
You do with that what you will. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It went from the oldest to the youngest. We just don't. Our family just don't take no mess in that area, and so it never left her. And she was like that. Rest in peace until she went to glory. But Aunt Leslie, the firecracker auntie, that's Aunt Leslie. Next, Aunt Jean.
Aunt Jean.
Now listen here.
Oh boy.
Listen here. We call Aunt Jean the stern auntie.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now Aunt Jean, legend has it, Aunt Jean, she lived in Ohio now. Aunt Jean come to Selma, line you up, everybody getting whooping.
For what you did and what you gonna do.
I know you did some, come get this. Now, in Aunt Jean later years, now she swears she didn't do nothing. You know how they get amnesia when they get grandkids.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
She didn't do none of this. But Aunt Jean, I remember we went to see Aunt Jean because my in-laws live in Ohio too. We went to see Aunt Jean, and when you talk to her, she gonna give you words of wisdom. When you go into church, she gonna want you to sing. If you come to her city and you gonna be there Sunday, if you a singer, you singing. You coming to church now, and she gonna say you gonna sing. So please believe that. I remember one of the most memorable things when I heard Aunt Jean sing was "Making a Way" on one of Grandma's anniversary.
Yeah, man.
And when I say man,
Aunt Jean,
Aunt Jean, man, flat foot. Listen, y'all. Listen. Aunt Jean wasn't nothing to play with, though.
Yeah.
Aunt Jean wasn't nothing to play with. And it went down to her daughter. Matter of fact, her daughter Belinda's birthday today. Happy birthday, cuz.
Happy birthday, cuz.
Yeah. It went down to her daughter, Tiara.
Had a good time. Oh, a good time.
Yeah.
Used to have a
good time. Yeah.
You sing that song, Young Jay.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, Aunt Jean sing that, man. I was small. Could remember Aunt Jean singing that song, man.
Mm-hmm.
Small, just looking at Aunt Jean like, wow. Used to pierce my soul.
Yes, sir.
Boy.
Yes, sir. And please, family. Let me see, family that's watching. Let me put the number back down there, because I know we're not wrong about our testimonies from us personally. Mm-hmm. But if you got anything you want to say, call in 404-333-5900. Please, y'all can interrupt us and tell your testimony or give them a shout out or whatever. But as you can see, Jean went to heaven March 13, 2022. But her legacy lives on. Yeah. Trust me, man. Jean
and Tiara.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm
saying, boy.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And of course, her granddaughters, they're doing big things. They're going to college and graduating high school recently and all of that. So, yeah, shout out to Aunt Jean, man. Aunt Jean was the stern auntie, but in her later years, she took out the stern, like she didn't do none of that. But we gonna move on. Next is Aunt Diane. Now, Aunt Diane, we call her the spoiler auntie. Aunt Diane gonna spoil you. Mm-hmm. Diane is gonna spoil you. I remember in the summer going to Diane's house all the time. She would put pennies on the floor, and we would find those pennies every day.
Every day, go buy Debbie cakes. That's
and go to the corner store.
26 cents.
Yeah, buy Debbie cakes, pig feet, and all that. Mm-hmm. And Aunt Diane, yeah, she was a spoiler auntie. I never got whooped by Aunt Diane. Aunt Diane never said bad words about me. No matter what I was doing. Diane had a keen sense. Now Diane had 5 boys. Jimmy, Richard, Matthew, Deck. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, Richard, Matthew, Deck. Yeah, them all the boys she had. Yeah.
5 kids.
And she had that as a girl, yeah. And Diane had a keen sense about them boys, man.
And Diane knew when you became active.
Yeah, when you became Diane knew.
She knew when you walk in the door.
Walk in the door.
And she called me out.
I remember that. Dad said, that boy doing that. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm sitting here like, man, this lady's psychic, dog.
Yeah, boy. I don't know how Diane knew that.
Yeah.
What?
Diane, man, yeah. One of a kind. Listen, when I tell y'all, man, all of these ladies really made an impact on a lot of our lives, man. And like I said, and I'm adding a special asterisk on the boys because for women to raise, for these women to raise young men in Selma, Alabama, is a testament to how strong they are, and they were. Because a lot of the times, you know, boy, we fall by the wayside when there's not a lot of male presence, even though we had it. But if I can be honest, on our mother's side, these women was front and center, bro.
Yeah, they were. They kept it together.
They kept it together, dog.
Through their imperfectness.
Yeah. Through their imperfectness.
They did the best they could.
That's right, man.
And
right.
no one, none of their kids should speak ill of them because they did the best they could.
The best they could, bro.
You know what I'm saying, MJ?
Best they could, dog. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to highlight aunties, especially our aunties on my mama's side, because a lot of the times, you know, they got in the back seat, especially even with the singing. That's right. Y'all got it. And, you know, we got to highlight y'all, man. We got to highlight y'all. So, yeah, rest in peace to Aunt Diane, man. The spoiler auntie, Aunt Diane gonna spoil.
Yes, sir.
Next,
Aunt Mary.
Now, listen.
Let me tell you something. Aunt Mary and what we use today.
Come on, man. Listen. Aunt Mary, we going to say she was the smiling hustler,
That's
entrepreneur.
Right. Entrepreneur. Yes, sir.
Listen.
Always going to teach you how to make some money.
Aunt Mary going to teach you how to make some money.
Yes, sir.
You're going to make some money.
Yeah.
You follow Aunt Mary, you look at her moves, you're going to make some money. Trust me. And Aunt Mary had she had a keen way of drawing people to her.
That's right.
They would always want to be around her. Man, we'll go to Aunt Mary's house, sit on that front porch. You'll look up. You. Some just be here 20 minutes. You'll look up at nighttime.
It's nighttime.
Nighttime. We had some epic moments where we watched the Alabama game over Aunt Mary's house. Aunt Mary sit on that porch. Now, and I'll say this about Aunt Mary. I never seen her not smiling.
That's right.
I'm talking about me.
That's right.
Now, legend has it.
Legend, yeah, that's right, MJ. I heard
throw them hands.
Yeah.
Now, that's legend has it now. But like I said, we on the younger end of the cousins.
That's right.
You know, legend has it. Mary, now her son Demetrius, I know he has plenty of stories. Legend has it. Mary knock you in the mouth back in the day.
But see, we didn't have to get that.
See, we had to get that, bro,
because we were the kids of the baby.
Right.
So even we was kind of sheltered. Even our cousins now shelter us, you know.
Yeah.
They do stuff. They gonna make sure we straight, you know.
Yeah.
It's out there in East Selma, you know. So
right.
You know, we was sheltered. You know, we was okay.
Yeah. You know? now I got to say one more thing. Now, great soprano. Man, you give her a soprano note, she gonna hold it down.
That's right.
Now let's talk about her famous dish.
Oh,
the potato salad.
The potato salad.
Now listen. Now let's get something understood.
I know, but Aunt Diane had the dressing.
Aunt Diane had the dressing. Yeah. I think Jean did it all, if I'm not mistaken.
Now Mary had the potato salad, man.
Now Mary potato salad.
Second to none.
Listen, man. Listen. You ain't topping that.
Yeah, grandma taught her kids how to cook.
Taught her kids well. Listen, Mary potato salad, and we listen. Ain't no measuring cups or nothing going on in there. Ain't no measuring cups or nothing going on in there. American potato salad, listen, you ain't topping it. I don't care what your family recipe is. It ain't that.
Still ain't tasted none like it.
Still ain't tasting none. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Phoebe got the recipe. Somebody got the recipe,
but she won't share it to nobody.
Yeah, you know how that is.
She won't share it with nobody.
Ain't sharing it. But I will get credit though. Her 2 sons can cook too. Yeah, I got to give Demetrius and Thaddeus credit. And Demetrius is he on another level. Yeah. So I gotta give it Amir, like I said, Amir, the smiling, hustling entrepreneur. And when I say hustling, I'm talking about go get some money. Get some money. She gonna show you how to do it. And yeah.
Leslie, my first time ever learning how to talk to people and to get them to buy into something. I was doing it with Aunt Mary. For Grandma anniversary, Grandma used to sell raffle tickets.
That's right.
And we used to have to go around and sell and do the raffle tickets. So we had, we didn't have the internet. We had to go knock on the door.
Right.
Aunt Mary would give me the tickets, and I would go around, and I would knock on the door and tell them what's going on, and they want to buy a raffle for Grandma anniversary. So I'm married teaching me.
Yeah. I'm married. I'm married, and this another auntie I never got whooped by.
Yeah, never. Yeah.
I don't know how many cousins can say that. Y'all call in. I think me and Alec got some records. I don't know how many cousins can say they ain't got whooped by a lot of these aunties here.
Yeah.
So shout out to Amir. Amir went home not too long ago, man, and she gonna be missed, man. Yeah, she gonna be missed. Next we have Aunt Barbara. Now, Aunt Barbara was the fashionable auntie. We talking from our perspective now.
That's right.
Every time Aunt Barbara lived in California, but every time she would come, we'll see her. Aunt Barbara had the shades on. She had the fashionable, the nice cars. I mean, one time I seen her with some, I don't know if they was Gucci or Louis Vuitton, and we talking about early 90s.
Yeah, she came to sell me that Porsche.
That Porsche.
Yeah.
Come on now, man. Come on now. Barbara was the fashionable one. We weren't able to see her as much as we wanted to because she was always in Cali. But when we did see her, she was always nice and sweet to us.
Oh yeah.
And I remember a few times she gave me some money. I ain't even had to ask for it. And I went to John's corner store and tore him up. James corner store and tore him up. Yes, so Aunt Barbara's always the fashionable one. From Cali. She was in Cali and she would throw some jokes in there. And she was always smart. Always had good things to say about Aunt Barbara. So, and she went home to be with the Lord years ago. I can't remember what year it was. It was brain cancer, something like that, years ago. So shout out to Aunt Barbara, man. Fashionable, the fashionable auntie. Next, we have Aunt Peggy.
Aunt Peggy.
Now, we can say a lot of things about Aunt Peggy. Let me say this. Give Aunt Peggy her soprano note.
She gonna hold it down.
Give her song. Let her go. Don't worry about it. It's over with.
She gonna sing an octave above the melody, man.
It's over with.
Yeah. Aunt Peggy.
Don't worry about it. Now we call Aunt Peggy the spiritual auntie.
Yes, sir.
Now Aunt Peggy, she gonna have a Bible verse.
She gonna be praying for you.
Aunt Peggy gonna pray for you. And Aunt Peggy got a famous ad lib. If you talking and you singing, Aunt Peggy gonna say yes.
Charlie is what that's Aunt Peggy.
Now watch this. Legend has it. Aunt Peggy know how to work a switch now. Now I don't know.
Oh boy, I know. I know. For sure. I know. It is true. It is true.
Now legend has it. Aunt Peggy know how to work a switch, man. And let me say this. She didn't mind carrying that switch wherever
she wanted to.
And you ain't telling her she can't walk in the establishment without the switch.
Yes, sir.
Switch is gonna be there.
Sure is. She gonna use it.
She gonna use it.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't know if her grandkids then had a taste of the switch. Peggy, she was a switch holder for a minute, so they might got a little taste
Yeah,
of it.
I think on Peggy still keep a switch, MJ.
Yeah, I think that they
It might
give
not be as long as it used to be, but
Yeah.
it's still a switch there.
But yeah, Peggy, the spiritual auntie, and
So
and I remember Peggy, anytime you were sick, Peggy is one of the aunties you call for any type of home remedies.
Oh yes,
She would let you know, yeah, just get a little lemon juice, get some garlic, get this, and then put it together, go to sleep, put a towel on your head, sweat it out, you'll be all right. You know?
that's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Peggy was that auntie.
Mm-hmm.
And she lived next door to us in Atlanta for years.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the privilege of having her with us. But yeah, Peggy, the spiritual auntie, and listen to me. Peggy just tore the house down. We had when was that? Konai Cuz, look, I got to post this. Konai say she still got them switches.
There you go.
She still got them switches. Yeah, she still got them switches. Peggy tore the house down. We had a choir. Yeah, we had a choir. Union Grove anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And Peggy.
Church anniversary.
Yeah, I speechless, man.
Yeah, had me crying. But
Had you
look,
crying.
we
Yeah.
talked about Diane. I want y'all to think about how Thanksgiving, Christmas was. Diane had
Talk about. I know where you're going.
they cook for their own home.
I know where you're going.
But Diane had the dressing.
Yes, sir.
Mary had the potato salad.
Yes, sir.
Peg got them greens
She got the greens on lock.
on lock.
Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
She don't
These
even worry
ain't
about it.
canned. They not canned.
No. I'm Peg bringing them greens. Okay?
Don't worry about it.
No, I promise you.
Yeah. You come over there. You come over there off Etheridge.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Don't even worry about it.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out to Peg. Now this is order, y'all. This is order.
Mm-hmm.
Next,
Mama Lord.
Mama Lord.
Drop the mic.
Listen here, man. Listen here. Listen. This is Mama Lois, and this is the Mama Auntie.
Mama Auntie, yes, sir.
We didn't call her Auntie Lois. Her name is Mama Lois.
That's right.
Now, Mama Lois. Now, me and my cousin go back and forth. Me and my cousin, we debate who's the greatest lead singer. You know, I say Francis Reese till I die.
Mm-hmm.
But my cousin say Mama Lois. And guess what? I ain't mad at it.
You ain't mad at it, MJ.
Listen, man. Listen, man.
Close of the day, MJ.
At the close, listen.
MJ.
Listen, if Mama Lois sing at the close of the day,
Over with.
you can go ahead and go to heaven right there. You go ahead and go.
Man, I didn't realize until how serious our family was in singing. I knew they were serious.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went and sung at a church just a few years back, MJ,
Mm-hmm.
and them folks started bringing out cameras. I think the Demetrius song at the close of the day.
Yeah.
But just because the Dowers was about to sing, they started recording.
Yeah.
I said, my Lord.
Yeah.
But Mama Lois with the close of the day, MJ, I promise you, we're talking about a singer, passion, falsetto,
Yeah, man.
knew Shindo, just knew how to approach the song.
Listen, man.
As a leader, man, Mama Lois, MJ.
I never forget. This is when, and this is a true story, and I put it on my grave. The reason I wanted to sing and become a recording artist, I never forget this. It was at grandmama's house. It was Mama Lois, Aunt Jackie, Aunt Peggy, Mama, and Aunt Mary.
Yep.
They were singing. Now, mind you, Mama lived in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I think Aunt Peggy was Atlanta at that time too. Listen, y'all, they wouldn't rehearse.
No.
They would come together and be like, you got that about that. You ready? Okay, let's go. And when I say curtains closed,
yeah,
Y'all don't. I know we. It's like we beating a dead horse, but man, y'all don't understand what's going on, man. Y'all don't understand, man. These ladies here, second to none.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we wanted to highlight second to none. Now, besides being a great singer, now I'll tell you this about Mama Lois. It was funny. Mama Lois used to get us in the car.
Oh yeah.
And, we used to go down every summer. We would listen, y'all. We would go probably 2 days when school let out, and we would stay there to about a week before school came back. Yeah,
we had to.
Mama Lois had a hoop. Y'all know the cars. You got to press the gas.
Monte Carlo, 19. I think it was a 76.
It was a
Carlo.
Yeah. In the mid-70s. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mama Lois would hit that gas. We'll go to the store. Mama Lois had a cigarette. Now, Mama Lois, when she cut the car, when we got to, I think it was Food World in.
Yeah, Big Bear.
Big Bear in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She'll look behind in the seat. Y'all don't go in there and ask for nothing.
And she had sweat.
Sweat. And her, she had these, see how I got these rings? She had the rings on her forehead. And when I tell you, Mama Lois will go in there and say, you want that, get that. You want that, get that. So listen, Mama Lois was man, plenty of people have plenty of stories. Mm-hmm. I never got whooped by Mama Lois either.
I did.
Alan did.
Problem though.
Yeah, Alan was a problem. And when Mama Lois in that kitchen, don't go in there. One more thing. We talked about the dishes.
Mm-hmm. There you go, MJ.
Now, Mama Lois dish.
Yes, sir.
That macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
Don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Listen, leave your pan at the house. Yes. It ain't getting eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Leave your pan at the house. Listen. Mama Lois macaroni and cheese second to none.
And see, MJ, I love this when we talk about culture, man.
Mm-hmm.
Our family was the epitome of culture. Think about, you got good singing, you got good eating. Just thinking about when you can picture the times.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 100 people in Grandma's house
during
Thanksgiving, and the singing is just love. The singing, the eating is just picture that time, man, and think about how family was at the time, man.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and that fellowship. You know I remember we used
to.
I know Daddy can. I don't know Daddy lives. He can attest to this. We used to. Now y'all think our granddaddy was a debater. Listen, at Etheridge now, it's some debates going on. You'll open the door, you'll hear the debate and close it. And Bert used to aggravate Grandma and all. It was just nice fellowship, man, and those were the times. And mind you, one of my cousins could attest. I want to say in that house, listen, y'all. This is what y'all don't understand. They really can do a movie. I promise you really can do a movie or something about the Dowell family. You could do it in the Minnesota Dowells too, but I'm talking about, and you know, we got California Dowells, Gardeners, we got them everywhere. But I'm talking about, from my experience, them Selma Dowells, you can really do a movie on them. You really can. And Mama Lois, man, one of the greatest lead singers of all time. And she went to heaven. I can't remember the years they went to heaven. But yeah, man, Mama Lois. Shout out to Mama Lois, man. She was the mama.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Next, Aunt Jackie. Now listen. Aunt Jackie was the crazy, cool auntie. She's still living. Crazy, cool auntie.
That's right.
Legend has it, Aunt Jackie beat up 2 boys at one time. I don't know.
Her and Uncle Johnny took the chains away. Remember that?
Yes.
Beat them boys. I think the Duke boys. I think that was.
Yeah. Now legend has it. Now one thing about
Aunt Jackie, in good shape.
Yeah. Yeah. Now Aunt Jackie, tenor alto. Now one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, one thing that a lot of people be missing when you start talking about singing groups. And then Kiana said it's true, and she said that the car, she told me Mama Lois' car was amazing. She got them good. Let me tell you about Aunt Jackie in the group, and which a lot of time is overlooked. Aunt Jackie know every part.
Yep.
Aunt Jackie she know when what part coming, where you supposed to be, how it's supposed to sound. If you off, she gonna let you know. You Jackie know everybody part and know where you're supposed to be at. Jackie was pretty much the director. She gonna let everybody know you're supposed to be at, and that's what I'm saying. These women, they indirectly affected us in a positive way without even knowing it. And I remember one year, I don't know if Aunt Jackie remember this, I seen one year Aunt Jackie said, "Yeah, MJ, you got the torch now." And I'm like, wait a minute, because you don't understand. When I used to sit down and listen to them sing, I was at awe.
But
I was amazed by it. Their parts and how they sounded together. And one year she said that, and I'm like, man, I felt like I don't think I'm ready for them some big shoes to fill, man. But but cousins, even Kiana on here, we got cousins they have affected. And her father, just I'm
telling you, lead guitar.
Come on, man, like from Joe Wesley, my grandmama's brother, and
sensational gospel,
and I think if I'm not mistaken, Jack and they had the Heavenly Angels and Supreme Angels. Somebody correct me, I could be wrong.
Supreme,
okay. And Aunt Jackie, the reason why Aunt Jackie was always the crazy and cool auntie, because she'll take us to go get the Jordans, we'll go get the Deion Sanders. I remember I had the Marshall Falks when they came out. Jack always had the kick game strong. She had them shoes. Jack she is always hip, so she knew the latest rap songs. You know what I'm saying? I remember my first time with Aunt Jackie. She introduced me to California Love.
Yep, sure did.
I was just gonna say that. Like, what is that?
Yep.
That's the first time I heard California Love with Tupac and Dr. Dre. And my first time hearing it was with Aunt Jackie. So
Aunt Jackie sure did.
Aunt Jackie, man, she always, like I said, she was the person that knew. She is the person that knew where every part was, and she always kick game was always strong. She always had the new fly gear ready. But before we get to the last one, which is our mother, let's talk about our mother-in-laws right quick. I'll speak about my mother-in-law, Mama Emma. Now I'll say this, Mama Emma, she really made the transition of the family, her family, really getting to like me, because I tell you a story. Mama Emma was playing in the family reunion here in Atlanta, and she asked me to sing, and I think I sung Stevie Wonder. Mind you, me and Charlene had just started dating. We started dating in 2009, so I want to say this was the 2010, or this could have been the 2009 family reunion, because 2010 we went on a cruise. Mama Emma introduced me as my future son-in-law. That was it.
That was it, huh?
That was it, Alan. That was it. And since then, man, listen, when people used to say I used to be at work, people used to talk, man, my mother-in-law, this and that and the third. I was like, listen, man, I don't go through none of that.
Me neither.
I don't go through none of that with my in-laws. They family welcomed me from minute one. And it's always been like that. From my mama to Uncle Michael to Grandma Blanche to Auntie Mary, all of them, man, to Melvin, like all of them always, they welcomed me since minute one. And Mama called me. She called me this year. She forgot me and Charlene anniversary. And she called me the next day. I think she called Charlene the next day. And she was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, listen, you ain't got to apologize for nothing.
That's right.
Like that's Mama Emma. Listen, nobody can say nothing bad about her. Listen, or you get your mouth knocked out. Yep. And my family love, and she's always been great, man. So she's just another added woman to my life, man, that really is a positive enforcement to my life. So shout out to Mama Emma. Hope I've been a great addition to the family so far.
Yes,
Let's go to
Mama Jolly.
yes, sir.
That's my mama. She's so pretty. I must say, ever since I walked in the door, MJ, I've been greeted with such love by this woman. I must say, and I must say too, it was an easy transition, but she can cook just like my auntie, her mama. You know what I'm saying? That food just is good. Her and Pop Jolly, man, I promise you, since I walked through those doors, man, they've treated me like their own son. And a lot of times, MJ, I'm over there more than Kim. You know, I look at them as my parents, man, and they treat me as their son. You know what I'm saying? They'll call me up and it'll just be us three on the phone.
Yeah.
But I love our relationship, man, for real. And Mama Jolly, man, I love her so much, man. You know what? When I first came around, and I guess you realize I wasn't going nowhere, boy, I had my family union shirts too.
There you go. Yeah.
One of my size too. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Right there in the pictures too.
Yeah.
And now, man, I've been around almost 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, then you start remembering. You can't remember a time when they wasn't in your life.
Right.
You know, that's how long it feels. It feels like it's being like I don't remember when they wasn't. But that's the type of love that they have shown me.
Right.
When, you know, Jeff and Monique and Deja, that's my family, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I saw Deja today while I was out in the field. Like, Deja.
Yeah.
That's my niece. I've never looked at her as like that's a step niece. That's my niece.
Mm-hmm.
She always treated me as her uncle. You know, I know Demetri and Phoebe on here. Man, it used to be me and Deja going out to their house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so it just I love that's my family, man. And it started with that matriarch right there, Mama Jolly, the love that she gives. And she showed it's just unconditional, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. And it's not, you know, a lot of men don't have, and as y'all can see, man, we've been blessed to have a lot of different women or different personalities, different spirits. But I'll say this though, they always showed us love. They always gave us harsh encouragement if needed.
That's right.
And so I think about how many of us, as far as our cousins, owe our lives to these women, because some gentlemen came out of these women. Some stand-up guys came from these women. Some God-fearing men that came from these women. And in our community, a lot of the times when women have to take the forefront in certain things, you know, and like I said, once again, we've been blessed to have males in our life, our father, our grandfather, and cousins. But let's keep it 1,000. Everyone don't have that.
That's true.
Everyone don't have that. And for us to be able to come from these women and have stories like this that will live on and always be in our hearts is it's a blessing. Now, last but not least, our mother,
Frances Reese.
Miss Frances Reese. Now we could do a whole show about this one.
Yeah.
I guess I can say, man, I guess me and Mother's strongest bond is we both singers. And when I say, if it wasn't for her, ain't no singing over here. Not one note, no singing over here. Let alone how caring she is. Mama is really a community mama. Our friends look at her as a mother. The community, the church,
around here.
So many, man. You can go down the list, and I still got exes that be like, "How Mama Reese doing?" It's second to none.
Yeah.
And when we say cooking,
yeah,
I don't know something she can't cook.
Yeah.
I'm talking about name a dish she can't cook.
Yeah, but we were some eaters.
Listen, man, Mama had 3 boys in the house and a husband.
Yeah, and Daddy ate too.
Yeah.
True. Hey, she had
Uh,
to. She better get them pies high.
you had to get them pies hot. Mama been getting them pies hot for
Long
40
time.
years. I'm talking about. But Karen woman,
Yeah.
like I said, my greatest of all time when it comes to singing. And I know my cousin, one day me and my cousin need to write our points down to have a true debate. But the reason I say that because my mother has strength in her voice, and I've heard my mama go to falsetto. I've seen her go to the country and sing some straight up traditional gospel songs, and I've seen her sing some praise and worship songs that you would only hear in different churches.
But that I think goes to, and I know you don't mind me saying that.
Yeah.
I think what Demetrius said, he agreed, and I think I made that point too. What if Mama Lois had the opportunity to train with some of the singers with Bishop Don Thomas and some of the workshops you did with Derek?
Right.
I'm just saying to be able to expound and span.
Right.
Mama Lois would be so. But yeah, you're right. But that goes back to, Mama stands on the shoulders of her sisters.
Yeah.
To be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because her sisters wasn't able to go outside and get the training that Mama has had. Right. But it's not a knock on them. It's that she stands on their shoulders to do that, because what Mama did, if we were able to go out there further. Right. Generation. You get what I'm saying?
Bro. Correct.
So that has to be noticed. So we stand on their shoulders. You know what I'm saying? And Mama stands on, even though she's the youngest, she stands on her sister's shoulders because her voice has a piece of all of their voices. Right. You get what I'm saying? You can hear Jean and Mama. Passion. You can hear the range on Peggy and me. Yeah. You know, you can hear the passion of Mama Lois. All that put in one. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So Francis Reese stands on their shoulders.
On the shoulders.
Yeah,
Mama.
Man.
Yeah,
Mama. Churches in her day.
Yeah. Mama, she can direct the song. Yeah. Mama sent, and now mind you, when she wants you to learn a song, she gonna send it to you now. So you might well learn it. And a mother was always caring, always. Now, Mama had me. Was she 19 when she had me? But I think Daddy had just turned 19, like two months before. Yeah. But yeah, I can say, man, we've been blessed to have the parents that we have, especially for them to still be together. For mother for our mom to show what it really is to be a wife. Oh yeah. What it really means to follow your husband. What it really means to implement things into your children, especially to have all men. I definitely wouldn't be the man I am today without my mom, my mama.
Mom and Daddy gave us a real honest outlook of life. Yeah. No, they weren't perfect. They weren't a perfect married couple. Right. One is. Yeah. They didn't shun us and try to hide struggles from us. Perfectness. They didn't hide it. Right. And what that does, we didn't go in this world and have a false reality of life. And what life should bring us, MJ. Yeah. It comes from our upbringing. We understand that marriage is building. No marriage is perfect. Well, where do we get that from? From Marvin and Francis Reese. Right. How were we able to choose the women that we chose as wives? Because of our mother. Correct. And we saw the type of woman she was to our father. So it's not like we was going out there blindfolded and we didn't know what to look for. Facts. We knew what characteristics to look for in a woman to be a wife if we want to build something like our parents had. And that's not always financial. It's a balance of finances, of love. First, God, putting God first. What our mother taught us, what what a woman should be. Well, got to put God first. Our daddy is a man that believes in the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
He, even though dad as a truck driver was on the road, but mama still was able to raise us in a way that she knew that daddy would approve when he was around.
Correct.
And she didn't deviate from that. She still had the structure. We still got whoopings, and you're gonna still do this. You're gonna
That's
do
right.
that. Be obedient, just as if your daddy was here, even though he might be on the road. But just because on the road, we a team.
That's right.
Same way marriage should be now. So when we chose our wives, Charlene is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Is the same way.
That's right.
I remember the times mom would say, "Go ask your daddy." Kim do AJ the same way. Go ask your daddy.
Right.
You know what I'm
Same
saying?
thing.
You can't separate us. You know, ain't no conquering divided. We
Right.
gonna stand strong together.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about, and it's good we highlighted these women when we talk about our community. You know, it takes both. You know what I'm saying? And it takes women like Francis. It takes women like Jackie, Peggy, Mama Lois, Diane, Barbara, Leslie. It's take Aunt Jean.
That's
It
right.
takes all those type of women to help raise a man, MJ.
That's right, man.
Let's be honest, to help
That's right.
raise a man. I'm not talking about the qualities that fathers bring today. We're talking about women.
Come on, yeah, that's right.
So I don't want nobody coming to us talking about the women. No, we're talking about the qualities that women have to help raise strong men.
That's right.
Men need good women. They need to see good women in their lives to be successful, because they got to know how to choose, MJ.
That's right.
They got to know how to choose.
I know how to choose.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I thank God for our mother, man. I thank God. I thank God for my parents' struggles.
Man, who you telling?
Most people need to learn to thank God for their parents' struggles, and not only for their parents' struggles, but they need to thank God that their parents they work out of their struggles through the help of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, MJ?
Mm-hmm.
With keeping God first through that, and they saw them conquer. They didn't fall by the wayside.
Right.
Through the night. They worked through their issues. They worked through their problems. I don't care what problems. It's not a problem too big and too small that God can't heal. So that marriage can stay together, so those kids can be raised, so things can keep moving forward. And I watched that through Marvin and Francis Reese, man.
Right,
and I
man.
thank God for it. I do.
I remember one time, I don't know if mom and dad remember this. I don't know what was going on there. I think his back was hurt. But, you know, I always joke with dad working 100 hours a week. But it was one particular time he was going to work, and I think mama knew, okay, that daddy wasn't feeling good. But true fashion of mama, daddy pretty much said, well, I got to go, friends. I got to, you know, I don't know what was going on. I don't know if he was saving for something or whatever, or we were just struggling. You know, a lot of times we didn't know the struggle, but mom and dad, they just was,
That's right.
you know, they was doing what they had to do. And mama got teary-eyed when daddy walked out the door. But she understood that I got to let this man, and I just rub his back when he get home.
That's right.
And like you said, you know, I'm glad we were able to see the totality of the highs and the lows. We have a great example of how a couple should work through the highs, work through the lows, the difficult times, and all of that. We have a great example, because I tell you, can ask Charlene anytime we are going through things. Sometimes I say, man, I've seen my mom and dad go through a lot, so I know that if they can get through it,
LJ,
so can I, man.
we was in Arkansas, December. Mama one had to go to Arkansas, took her down there, and Uncle and Auntie, Uncle Chester, Auntie Clea came to the hotel, and Uncle Chester at work. Mom and them had to go to church to sing, and Dad and them had a car that only went in reverse.
They only went in reverse. Yeah.
He drove the car from the apartment to the church
in reverse.
She said, Alan, I would think someone was lying if they told me the story about I was in the car. Listen to, but mama was with daddy.
Yeah.
When he had a car. They
Yeah.
only went in reverse, MJ.
Only went in reverse.
Only went in reverse. Now they can pick and choose what car they want to drive. You get what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
A lot of times we look at people's beginnings and we say, oh, I'm gonna wait till he get it together.
Mm-hmm.
No, building blocks. Building.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we went from being reversed, MJ.
Come on, man.
With kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
You know, I think it's more important in today's time for your kids to know the hard times more than they know the good times.
Yeah.
Because when they still see mom and dad together through the hard times, they know that, look, I need a partner in life. Because I don't care if you're single or you with someone, hard times gonna hit.
Yep.
The struggle gonna hit, MJ.
Yep.
Something gonna happen. Something gonna happen.
Facts.
I don't care if it's an illness, something gonna happen to you that the struggle gonna hit. You need a loving person in your life, a strong woman.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say a strong black woman like Frances Reese in your life. And what I have now in Kim through your hard times, bro.
Right.
It's just real. That's just real talk.
That's real talk.
That's real talk.
Real
so
talk.
I thank God for him. You know, I tip my hat to him.
Yeah, we tip our hat to all the mothers, all
That's
the
right.
aunties, the wives, the grandmothers. We at the Lineage Podcast, man, we letting y'all know we appreciate y'all.
That's right.
And a great writer once said that women are God's greatest creation, and that writer was me. But women are God's greatest creation, and I truly mean that, man. It's to me, it's nothing like a woman, and to me personally, it's nothing like a black woman. They are the strongest women, the most resilient women. I don't care what the world may say, make them feel like that. You know, the black woman's at the bottom of the totem pole. Nah, man, y'all got it misconstrued. Y'all got it messed up. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and you are appreciated. And we wanted to highlight, like I said, we wanted to highlight because, like I said, a lot of the times with us, with our Reese name and everything, we, you know, sometimes that can overshadow.
That's right.
But we got to give credit to the Dowers, man. And them Dower women was at the forefront, on the front line. Now, and I keep saying it, y'all do not understand. It's like 20 or 30, like first cousins. Like, you got to understand, Grandma and Granddaddy Richard had 14 children. I'm gonna put it this way: my grandmother and Aunt Leslie was pregnant not too far from each other, if I'm not mistaken. So our oldest cousin and my mother is almost the same age. So I want y'all to understand that, man, and we showing love to the Dowers, and we're gonna keep showing love to the Dower women. And happy Mother's Day. No one called in, so I guess all our stories was on point, bro.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess we was on point because no cousin called it and got on us. So I guess our story is on point. But from the Lineage Podcast, man, bro, if you ain't got nothing else to say,
I gotta say, man, you know, there's a good show. You know, we ain't get on nobody. We ain't talk about nothing political or nothing. But I really appreciate this show, man.
Yeah.
Talk about the ladies in our life.
Right.
Who we hold so dear to our hearts, man, that we would never forget, MJ. Never forget.
Never forget.
It would
man.
never be an afterthought. You know, I think about my aunties daily, man.
Yeah.
Man, I really do. So much of my life in Selma during the summertime is embedded in me, man.
That's right, man.
One of the most happiest times in my life, not knowing that a lot of them were struggling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know?
Right.
We were happy, MJ, because we had what we call family.
Facts.
That was family, MJ. Real talk. I know everybody didn't get along, but guess what?
Yeah.
Then the Dower made sure everybody got along.
Correct.
we were family, man, and we cared for each other.
And about 50 of us in that house, man. I promise
yeah.
y'all.
Man, let me tell you, we slept on the floor,
Pallets.
on the hardwood floor with a blanket. And I promise you, I didn't want to come to Atlanta.
Come on, man.
I want to go in my grandma's house, sleep on the floor in front of the heater.
Yeah.
We had one bathroom, 50 folks, and no one argued.
Yep.
Everybody took a bath and no one argued.
Yep.
No washing and dry. Washing, they had the scrub board. I seen Peg and scrub that scrub board so many times and put the clothes on the line.
On the line.
Then once out the while, we started going to the wash house.
Yeah.
But I remember that, MJ. I remember the blankets smelling good, especially after I'm pegging them fuzzy at me, got on for peeing in the bed. When I was small, I was Peabody. I don't mind, I ain't got no shame. It was just the truth. I was Curious George and Peabody. That's what they call it. That's the truth, man. But man, we had family, man. I love Aunt Peg, Aunt Jackie. Y'all my last two aunties living. On the Dower side. And I want to tell you, I love you.
Yeah, love y'all, man.
When I come to Selma, man, I love seeing you guys. And I really appreciate the childhood that you guys gave me and how much love you put in me. I want to say that on this show. I love you.
There you go, bro.
Love you. I love you, and I love you.
That's right.
I'm an Auntie Val, Auntie Crystal. I love you.
I love y'all. Yeah, that's right, man.
I would not trade you for nothing. I just love you. I really do.
We appreciate y'all. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers from the Lineage Podcast. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same station. Love y'all. They say a woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. Which is so true. So I'm dedicating this song to God's greatest creation. Just wanted to let you know that you are amazing. Let me start by saying I love you. And no one can quite compare. You're so beautiful. You're so incredible. I'm always thinking of you. Oh yeah, yeah. You are so amazing. You are God's greatest creation by far. To all of the grandmothers, mothers, daughters and wives, sisters and aunties, the queens of our lives. You are so amazing. You are. You gotta be sent from heaven. Gotta be from above. Forever and a day, you're cherished. Cherished. I see an angel here on earth. There's no limit to your worth. You know the world adores you, and I do too. You are so amazing. Yeah. You are to me God's greatest creation. Oh yeah, by far. To all of the grandmothers, mothers, daughters and wives, sisters and aunties, the queens of our lives. You are so amazing. You are. And I know you may have heard this a million times, but I'm here to tell you 1,000,001 that you still are amazing. You know, just listen. You so